Evening guys, so it's like 6:10 and this is my first entry for the day. I just wanted to start off on a different sort of stance on VEGANuary really. So obviously VEGANuary mainly focuses on eating vegan, which is cool, that's great, but because I've already been a vegan for over 6 months now, I can't remember how long exactly, I'll have to get the calendar and work it out. I kind of got the eating down. Like, I've made a few mistakes over Christmas. Like, my friend said, "Do you want some Diet Coke?" I said, "Yes, please." And then when I wanted a second glass of it, she came out with the bottle and it was Diet Pepsi. And I was like, oh, Diet Pepsi's not vegan. And I was just like, well, you know, that wasn't really my fault. It kind of was. I should have checked. Do you mean Diet Coke or do you mean Diet Pepsi? Do you know what I mean? But these things happen. Do you know what I mean? It is just little things like that. It's whoops, that was an accident. Let's not make too much of a big deal over it. So I got most of the eating stuff down anyway. So I thought, you know, you can go vegan in more ways than just eating. You can go vegan in like the products that you buy, as in like hair care, skincare, makeup and stuff like that. So I'm just about to have a shower and a bath. So what I'll do is I'll shower, wash my hair, put conditioner in, leave the conditioner in, jump out the shower, run the bath, have a nice little soak in the bath with a nice little product, get out of the bath, and then shower the conditioner out my hair, because then it's like a hair treatment rather than like just conditioning my hair for a few minutes. So you've probably all heard of the brand Lush, or the shop called Lush, and they have many products, and quite a lot of them are vegan. Not all of them are vegan, because some of them have got like honey and lanolin in and stuff. You just have to check, and they're quite clearly labelled as vegan. So tonight I'm going to be washing my hair with the Daddy-O shampoo, which is like a purple shampoo. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's quite crappy lighting because it's dark outside. So this is a purple shampoo to stop blondes going brassy. Violet and fresh lemons work beautifully together to keep a grey blonde hair bright and shiny, and it works just as well for brunettes too. And then the conditioner that I'm going to be using is this one. It's really intense and really intense smelling. So if heavily perfumed things are not your jam, then this is probably not going to be for you. This makes your hair go quite greasy quite quickly, so I avoid putting it up here at all costs. It literally is from about here, and that's pushing it downwards. So I'm half tempted not to even use that. If I don't use that, then I'll be using a solid conditioner bar, and this one is called the Jungle, and this is actually quite intense also, but not as intense as the Happy Joy Joy. So that is what I'll be using. So you can go vegan in your products. And then also tonight, when I get in the bath, I'm going to be trying, I got loads of Lush stuff for Christmas, which was lovely, and it's all vegan stuff. And this one is called the Floating Island Bath Melt, and this is what it looks like. It smells like cocoa butter and chocolate. It just smells stunning, and I cannot wait to use it. So I'm going to assume that I just literally chuck the whole thing in the bath and hope for the best. I don't know what to expect at all. And then I'm going to like shave my legs, defuzz, and it's going to be lovely. And then I'm going to cook my dinner, and you're going to join me for that in a different format from last night. So yeah, I hope that was useful information for you, because, you know, it's cool if you're trying to go vegan for the first time, and really well done if you are trying to go vegan for the first time. It can be quite a daunting prospect, but once you've got the eating down, then you can start moving on to veganizing the other bits and bobs in your household as well. So, yay! Hey guys, me again. I don't really know how to make this camera angle any better, so we'll just go with this one. So tonight I said I was going to be making a chickpea tikka masala, so I'm going to take you along for the ride. I'm literally just going to do it in real time, and then obviously edit bits out and stuff. So heat oil in a saucepan over a medium to high heat, add the onion and a pinch of salt. So There's one large red onion in there. I'm never really sure what is meant by like a pinch of salt. So I'm literally just going to pinch some and then chuck it in, I suppose. So that's that. Cook for 3 to 4 minutes until softened or translucent, stirring occasionally. Tip in the peppers and then cook for 1 more minute. Okay, so those have all softened up now, so I'm going to just chuck in the peppers. So you're supposed to have 1 red pepper. I did have a red pepper, but when I cut into it, it was all mouldy on the inside, which is pretty grim. So I got this like yellow one, but it had some green bits in it as well, so whatever. Just chuck that in. And then a whole green pepper as well. Chuck those in. Then you've got to add the cauliflower, which is 150 grams chopped into small florets, but I've just sort of like chopped it up as I've wanted it really. So chuck that in. And the tikka masala paste. So you're supposed to add in 4 tablespoons of tikka masala paste. So these are 70 grams each. So 35 grams would be 1 tablespoon, so these are 2 tablespoons in each pot, so I'm going to be using both of them. And mix all of that in. Okay, that looks lovely. So next you need 2 tins of chickpeas. So you need to go and like drain off the juices and rinse them before you add them into the mixture. Okay, so in goes the 2 tins of chickpeas. And you need a tin of chopped tomatoes as well. You need to get a bigger saucepan. That's next on my to buy list. 100 mils of water. So you need a can of coconut milk for the whole recipe. I've got evaporated coconut milk. I'm not sure if this is kind of like the right thing to use, but it's all I had in the cupboard. I forgot that this recipe needed coconut milk. This isn't a reduced fat one, so it is quite high in points with regards to Weight Watchers, and I will tell you all about the points in a minute, so stay tuned for the points of this recipe if you're interested. So apparently I'm supposed to add half of this, so I'm just literally going to be guesstimating, and then I add the other half to it later, but like my pan is running out of space big time. So I'm supposed to bring that to the boil, so I'm literally spilling it everywhere. I don't think I'm going to get the other bit in. That is literally full. Season to taste and simmer for 15 minutes. And to just do 1 twist. Well, 2, 1.5. If it comes out, the black pepper's not coming out. And 2 twists of black pepper. Maybe another small pinch of salt. That will be my seasoning. Mix that in. So I've got to bring this to the boil and let it simmer for 15 minutes. I'm going to transfer some of it into a second pot because it's just way too much really. I don't think it's going to be able to coat too well in this one pot. So bring those both to the boil. Okay, so those are coming to the boil now, so I'm just going to knock them down onto simmer. I'm going to leave those for 15 minutes and then I'll come back to you, and then we are going to add the remaining of the coconut milk and cook for another 5 minutes. Okay guys, so here is the finished result, split into 4 even portions, even though they look completely different because of the varying sizes of containers. Right, I want to talk to you about the points with regards to Weight Watchers. This is quite a hefty one because I only had full fat coconut milk, which half a can is 7 points and 14 points for the whole can. This does actually serve 4 people, and it does recommend that you serve it with chapatas or pilau rice. I will eat rice, it's just not really my jam. I don't tend to cook it that often, and I wouldn't really have a chapata or chapati or whatever it is that they call it. So I would now have just 2 portions of this, and then either like cool and eat those another day, or have one day and one another day. But yeah, so for the tikka masala spice paste, sorry, which is the only other thing here that's pointed if you were following Weight Watchers, along with the oil. But if you're splitting that between 4 of you, it doesn't really work out. Maybe to be 1 point, I don't know. I don't really like pointing for oil. It's not something that I've really ever done on Weight Watchers. Maybe I should now that I'm using a lot more of it in my cooking, but hey ho. So the tikka masala paste would be, for 2 tablespoons, it's 7 points, and for 4 tablespoons, it's 14 points. So yeah, I suppose if you're having half of this, which I am, because obviously I'm not having any carbs, I'm just having this, which is pure protein and vegetables, and then obviously there's oil, unfortunately, in the tikka masala spice paste, and then there's obviously fat in the coconut milk. So that's why I didn't want to add extra by adding carbohydrates to that. So yeah, 14 points for those 2 bowls and 14 points for those 2 bowls. If you were quartering it, obviously it's like 7 points, 7 points, 7 points, which is okay. And then you could have like a little bit of rice maybe, who knows, it just depends on what points you've got left for the day. So to break that down into simpler terms, it's 7 points per portion if you were doing it for 4 people. It's 14 points for half of the recipe, and it's 28 points for the whole of the recipe. So not the lowest pointed thing that I've ever made. I could have made the points a lot lower by using a reduced fat coconut milk, but like I said, I didn't have one. Next time, if I do make this again, I will. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, guys, and that's it for VEGAnuary day 4. Tomorrow, I don't really know what's happening with my plans in the evening, so with that means I don't really know what's happening with regards to food. I want to do a vegan shepherd's pie tomorrow, but if I don't get round to doing that, then I will be doing that on Monday for you. So there will be a vegan shepherd's pie coming up, just not, I don't know when, if it's going to be Friday or Monday. So keep a watch out for that. But there will be a video tomorrow regardless of what happens. So I shall see you all tomorrow. Bye!